All right, everybody, welcome back to UVTA. And in this session, we are going to be guided by fate, karma, or whatever you want to call it. We're just going to let fortune take us where she may. And the one thing I really do want to kind of explore is the effect of locked in the market. That's in a previous video, but hopefully we can go into a little bit more depth. Maybe I can explore some more. So. All right, so let's just go ahead and get started and jump right in. So fine. Okay, we'll make it fast as we can this time. You know, last time we didn't dawdle, really, but things went long because we had trouble scoring. So we want to remedy that situation. Or at least demonstrate that most games don't follow the path of slow starts. They jump right in. So far so good. Okay. So after we're done with that, healthy first round. Everyone's doing pretty well. Oh, check this out. Anytime you can maneuver things and affect everyone else, you should. Bumping beans down naturally moves both opponents down, so that's pretty fun. Not for them, maybe. Oh, look, but they can do the same thing over here. Return the favor. Yeah, we'll do it. That's why you shouldn't count too much. Probably shouldn't be too emotionally invested in anything that happens early in the game. Even if it might be like either super catastrophic or just like incredibly beneficial to you, because the winds can shift pretty quickly, right? This person's gonna harvest the beans. Alright. Yeah, and here we have an opportunity to protect early. Whether or not that's wise is kind of up to you. Whether it's worth doing, I don't know. I honestly don't know. You know, my feeling is anything could happen, sixes and adversities could happen, so I don't personally do that, but you know, you could lose your asset. I'm already proven wrong, right? So I don't know. I mean, next go around and gambled. Yeah, and so here, you know, what I'm really interested in is just trying to figure out at what point in openings or middle game do we want to, when do we want to start focusing on moving protections in the market, right? Logging the market, protections, whatever you want to call it. That's kind of a critical factor. We're gonna try this. Yeah, and so here's a scenario that maybe prompts the question, right? We were worried about market protections earlier. Now we're like, whoa, wait a minute. So check this out. I mean, this is a great test case. I've got kale. You know, I got kale planted. It's in the top spot. Early in the game, that's a vulnerable position. It's not a healthy one because die roll 2 by anyone else just knocks them out, right? They can drop it all the way to the 1. And so this might be the time to say, hey, you know, if I put serious protection out there, I can guarantee that kale is not going to move. But here's the drawback. Whenever you place marker tokens into the market, what happens is Unlike marker tokens that are protecting anything on the home front, on your fields, right? These are more vulnerable. You don't get them back when something comes to fruition. And you might ask yourself, wait, why is that? Like, why not be consistent with the rest of the game, right? But the reason for doing this is because when you place something in the market, it provides universal protection. And that is different from sole protection of simply that one grower's assets, right? And so that's an important distinction to make. You would also have to keep track of like who actually did what. And once you start placing marker tokens on a universal item, everybody uses it, right? Then that creates a bad scenario, right? That creates a scenario where we can't keep track of who did what. You know, if there's one thing that's kind of annoying with board games, it's keeping track of things. Anything that can assist you to make that process easier is always welcome, always. Streamlined and simplified. And so I don't want to add more layers of confusion. And so the simple thing is, you put protection out and you're liable to lose it. That's all there is to it. Is it worth doing? That's another question, right? I just have to hope they don't roll sixes. That's where maybe a higher grasp of math and probabilities might help you out. Chances are pretty good somebody might knock that off, but it may still be worth protection. Notice as well that the adversity cards of the flood adversity card is not out yet. So here's a precarious time to be doing this. So maybe we just devote one token. We could put one token on the item and then one token over here. Yikes. Gamble situation, right? Here's where the people that are good at stronger analysis, their talents are going to shine, right? So, here we go. Let's see what fate brings us, right? Oh boy, it's going to be a nuke to two. Okay, we got serious drama like right at the start. Even without people helping. Okay, so here's a 5. That's a good roll. Okay, so we got that. Now we're going to sabotage. No. No. Look what happened. Yeah, no sabotage happened. So check it out. This person, they set up a goal. They set up a task of their own. And they saw it to completion, right? And that can be tremendously rewarding, right? So we got this. We're going to put 2 in here. Notice that we keep any marker tokens that help the item come to fruition. This, however, we lost. That was our sacrificial amount. Okay, so KL on the wrong one. Oh man, it's not a nuke. So it's not a nuke. I didn't put it on the right one, so I only get a bonus of 3 tokens for growing it at the right peak growing season. So I get 15 tokens. Otherwise, we'd have had 19, and we'd been super happy. So in all, we gained 15 tokens, but we lost 5. Right? Not bad. So for a net of 10. That we likey. Okay, so here's potatoes. Here's this. Okay, so now we got cucumber, kale, peas. Yeah, so in the future, the idea is in a non-COVID world, what we would do is, I would get experts, like just relentless super gamers or whoever's in a competitive mood, and then just kind of pick their brain and figure out, like, what more can we do here, Chief? But I think we've got solid foundational stuff going on here. It's productive. Yeah, notice how we still have this protection in the kale. We don't happen to have any. So we'll use broccoli. Okay, so already we've got a few game principles that are in play, and we like to see that. Or even the more advanced tactical stuff. We like that as well. Okay, so there's that. Are we gonna put some protection out? No. They have a vested interest. Ooh. Yeah, so now we have to think just a little bit more. Devote maybe some extra funds to protections. We know adversities are coming. Depends on what we value, right? Notice how we can always put protections out, but we can't be completely certain that flood guard's not going to wipe us out. Okay. This is the cup. Card. Oh yeah. Okay. So maybe a decisive moment, key moment in the game, early middle game. Yeah, I think we go ahead and play it. Alright. So everybody loses their broccoli. And that's where you can have kind of a systemic effect on the entire system. Okay. Alright, so we got that. Ooh, we could do the same thing. Yes, nice. Okay. Oh boy. Right? Kind of a big deal. So, what we're gonna do, oops, we're gonna keep it. They're obviously not gonna show that. So they bought the thing. Alright, so we got 5 of the cup over here. So now we got excellent things going on. Cucumber cap peas goes to broccoli. More is productive. Okay, so we got that going on. Outstanding early game suspense. We've already experienced that, but now we have yet another situation coming up. The situation is somebody's got the flood card. We don't know it over here, right? But they can make very bold, brazen decisions, right? If they want to. Now we have an early negotiation situation. They like their peas, so they're going to just give them something nice. They don't have any. We're going to say, hey, here, take cucumbers. And this person says, why don't you make it nicer and have these 3 tokens? And say, okay. But this grower doesn't have to say that. They can say, you know, I reject your negotiation offer, and then you just take my peas. Because that's maybe the better thing to do. That is where, you know, I don't particularly have great negotiating skills, and so if you shine at that particular aspect of the gameplay, more power to you, right? Just myriad opportunities for people to express their talents and combine creativity. So here, flip that over. I love it. Now this is what I've slaved away at. Cucumbers on the wrong one. It's 8 tokens. We have exceptionally good game balance. No party is belly aching and moaning at this point. And they shouldn't be, right? Everyone has got fair shake. Okay, so sabotage is going to be difficult. I mean, interesting over here. They can sabotage both and completely forfeit their turn. And so that's what I think they're going to do. Complete and utter defense. So we got beans and peas. That wins championships. Notice that the peas don't move up because the aforementioned gamble. Okay, at gamble. No, they're six. Potatoes. Okay, now we're gonna sabotage. We say give up your adversity card. They say no. I like it a lot. I'll give you something nice. My favorite peas. And we say peas, peas, peas. The result. But I found well. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so it's got a good reason to have a gamble. I haven't gambled. Okay, just one. Yeah, so now we have just outstanding drama. Oops. We have outstanding gameplay because we've had several exchanges. Really cool stuff. And that doesn't even count the trading. So, which, present circumstances, trading, thoroughly exploring trading options is it's just not feasible. It will be soon, I guess. Six, too productive. We're gonna lie low because look at all these adversity cards that are starting to pile up. Right? So now we change our gameplay. We change our gameplay based on available info. We have to. Okay, so here's KO. Notice how notice how the marker token doesn't come off of the market crop, right? Just because we moved it doesn't mean the protection on top of it goes away either. Only mechanism for getting rid of that is the sabotage. Sabotage, double sabotage, I roll 6. Spinach, squash. Yeah, okay. Pivotal middle game moment. Check it out. We could play this card right now, or we could keep it to collect 10 tokens. So it's another dynamic part of gameplay. I don't know what to do. It's overkill if I play it. It's only going to affect one item. But look, their points to score just huge, right? Now it's the time to do it. Return 3 crops to previous status. Previous status is in the white Q tray, which forces them to do something. Squash. Notice how there's a cascade of decisions that happen when you do that. Okay, so there's that. Fascinating stuff. Okay, so I think we're just going to call it quits for now. Just to recap, we already have some excellent scenarios going on where we've got already some impressive opening to middle game principles going on. Very good game balance, and we also have, we have funds that are just in constant, it's always up in the air. It's always up for grabs because we're just trying to figure out what's the best way to allocate funds in each particular scenario, right? And it's not always clear what to do, how much to, how much do I put out there in protection? How am I overpaying? Maybe I'm underpaying. Maybe the risks are too great, right? So I'm never quite sure, and that is why Ukta could be a lifelong skill to develop. Very difficult very difficult to pin down, and ultimately more pleasurable and rewarding, right? So I think that's going to do it for now. So I do hope you gleaned quite a bit of information out of this one, and hope to see you soon. See you next time.